Things that invalidate fasting. Menstrual or postpartum bleeding. Fasting is a great act of worship that Allah has enjoined upon Muslims in the month of Ramadan. It involves abstaining from eating, drinking, and all other things that invalidate fasting from dawn until sunset, with the intention of drawing closer to Allah. One of the things that invalidate fasting is menstrual or postpartum bleeding, as a woman is prohibited from fasting during her period of menstruation, or postpartum bleeding, and she must make up for it after the excuse ends. Ruling on menstrual or postpartum bleeding during fasting. Scholars have agreed that if a woman experiences menstrual or postpartum bleeding, her fast becomes invalid, even if it occurs a moment before the Maghrib call to prayer. This ruling is taken from the hadith of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Is it not the case that when she menstruates, she does not pray or fast? Agreed upon. If menstruation or postpartum bleeding occurs during fasting, the fast is invalidated, and the woman must break the fast and make up for that day after Ramadan. Evidence of the prohibition of fasting for menstruating and postpartum women. The hadith of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, when she was asked, "Why does a menstruating woman make up the fast, but not the prayer?" She said, "That used to happen to us and we were ordered to make up the fast, but not the prayer." Narrated by Muslim. The consensus of scholars is that fasting is not valid for a menstruating or postpartum woman, and it is not permissible for them to fast until the bleeding stops. When does menstruation or postpartum bleeding break the fast? If the bleeding occurs at any time during the day. If a woman feels the onset of menstrual or postpartum bleeding before sunset, even by a moment, then her fast is invalidated, and she must make it up after Ramadan. If the bleeding stops before dawn, if a woman becomes pure from menstruation or postpartum bleeding before the dawn call to prayer, then she must fast, even if she does not perform ghusl until after dawn. The ruling on a woman who fasts while she is menstruating or postpartum, forgetfully or out of ignorance. If she knows about her menstruation or postpartum bleeding and fasts, then her fast is not accepted, and she must make it up. If she is ignorant of the ruling, such as if she is new to Islam, or does not know that breaking the fast is obligatory, then there is no sin on her, but she must make up for it. If she menstruates, and does not notice until after breaking the fast, her fast is invalid, and she must make up for it. When must a menstruating or postpartum woman make up for the days she broke her fast? After the end of her menstrual cycle or postpartum bleeding, a woman must make up for the days she broke her fast. It is permissible to delay making up for them, but it is preferable to hasten to do so before the next Ramadan. If making up for them is delayed without an excuse until the new Ramadan begins, then she must make up for them and feed a poor person for each day she delayed making up for them. The difference between menstruation and istihada. In fasting, menstruation, natural blood that comes out of a woman on certain days, and it invalidates the fast. Istihada, abnormal blood that continues longer than usual, and does not prevent fasting or prayer, and the woman is considered pure during it. The ruling on a woman, if she becomes pure during the day. If the blood stops during the day, it is not valid for her to complete the fast, but she must abstain for the rest of the day out of respect for the sanctity of fasting. Conclusion. Menstrual or postpartum bleeding is one of the things that nullify the fast. A woman must break her fast and make up the days she missed after Ramadan. God has honored women by making these rulings easier for them out of mercy for them. They are not required to fast during menstruation or postpartum bleeding, but they must hasten to make up the days after purification.